What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. Got a review for you. Last week, I saw Bad Times at the Royale. And when I first saw the trailer for this film, I was a little bit confused. I was thinking, is this a horror? Is it a mystery? And why does it feel like a Tarantino film in the sense that we have a bunch of characters, or rather strangers that don't know each other and have these mysterious pasts, and they all come together in this hotel or motel, and some crazy stuff goes down. Sounds like a Reservoir Dogs or the Hateful Eight kind of sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what drew me to this film, and also the fact that it was written and directed by Goddard, who worked on Cabin in the Woods. And I thought Cabin in the Woods was brilliant, so I liked it, and I wanted to see what he would work on next, and it's this film. And I really didn't know what to expect, to be completely honest. It stars Chris Hemsworth, Jeff Bridges, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Cynthia Erivo, and Kaylee Spaney. So this is a film with a pretty solid cast, and it looks like every single one of these characters are going to be playing very interesting characters. And they all meet together, and then some crazy stuff goes down. That's exactly what I'm expecting. And I've seen the film, and that's exactly what I got. Now, as for the Tarantino-esque aspect about this film, I feel that Goddard, as a writer and director, really wanted to emulate that. I felt that he did his best in trying to emulate that storytelling style, and he does a decent job. But I feel that it is promising from the beginning, where you get introduced to these characters, and then finally, once we get to the final act of the film, it really falls apart where it starts getting lazy. It feels like, okay, we're all here, let's just wrap things up, and let's just forget about our interesting and mysterious past that we introduce the characters to, the audience to at the beginning of the movie. Because this film really showed promise at the beginning. We get introduced to these interesting characters with all very different motives as to why they're there. And then we get to learn about this mysterious Royale motel, and which has its own history, which I also found very, very interesting. But then once we get to the final act of the film, it falls apart in the sense that everything that we learned about these characters really doesn't equate to anything more interesting than their origins. Really, it doesn't. It feels like you got this great build-up all to a very unsatisfying payoff. And like, what's so great about this movie? But you know what? It really captured my attention in the first and second act of the film. So in that sense, it was really cool. Like, I really was drawn to these characters. I felt that there was a smart element about how they brought these characters together, and that was really, really good. But once we get to the end, it just feels like, wow, they really dropped the ball on this. Did they just like change writers at the end of the movie, or did the studios decide to cut budget by the time they were editing the final act of the film? Like, what just happened there? And, sure, they wrapped it up, and, I can't think of any other way they would have done it, but I just felt that part of the film really all it was trying to do was be intense. That's all it was trying to do at the end of the movie. It was just trying to create tension, but without any real substance there. There wasn't really any real, like smart way to do that. So, yeah, that's it. And sometimes I just wonder, like, for some of these characters, I wonder, well, specifically Chris Hemsworth's character, like, is it all that like, hyped up to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, they introduce his character, and they introduce what his character is all about, but, like, really, that's the best they could do for his character? And that's the reason why he's at the hotel? Like, come on. You could do better than that. I mean, all these other characters were written so well, but that's all they gave Chris Hemsworth. I mean, he kind of like, he has like top billing, like, he's the top credit, right, for this film. Like, he's the star of this film supposedly, but like, they wrote him to be one of the weaker characters in this movie, so that was really quite unfortunate. But anyways, it was decent for the most part, and I'll still give a score for it being captivating from in the first and second act, it just falls apart in the third act, which would equate to, for me, a 7 out of 10. I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think some people will like it. I enjoyed it for the most part, and it did capture my attention, and because I really wanted to see how they would wrap things up after such a good build-up. But 7 out of 10 is the most I can give it. All right, so yeah, I hope Drew Goddard can write and direct better films in the future. I'm looking forward to more of his work because I think he does have some pretty brilliant ideas. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.